Welcome back to the final episode of the Quiz Master Tutorial series. We came so far, um, and this is the final episode of the Quiz Master Tutorial series, where we are going to style our code base. So that is the last part, and after that we are done with this series. But I will make some bonus episodes if I got some comments from you guys. So I'll create the bonus episodes too. So let's start with the styling our application. So for styling our application, there are two approach. We can use CSS framework, or we can create our own CSS. So there are a lot of CSS framework available, and the most famous is Bootstrap. So you can use the Bootstrap. So it is fast, and you can use any kind of website with this Bootstrap CSS framework. It has everything, like if you go to the doc, so it has the grid, it has the typography and alerts, the card and nav bar, everything it has already. So you have to just copy the code and restructure your application to make your UI similar to the Bootstrap. Else you can also write your own CSS. So I have written my own CSS for the quiz and made some of the structured documentation that is only capable to fulfill this application requirement. So I will provide the link for this CSS and the documentation. So I have created a gist basically on the GitHub. So you can follow this link to get the CSS and the documentation. So uh, there is a uh, first thing, that is the documentation, and at the last you can find the whole CSS. For using this CSS, you have to copy the CSS. So copy it, and for using the CSS in Flask, you need to create a static directory inside the app directory. So I have already created the static directory. So you can create a static directory, and then inside this directory you can create one more folder, that is CSS, and inside the CSS create a file like quiz.css, and paste whole CSS copied from the gist, save it, and then for using this CSS, um, open a layout, and we need to import that CSS. For using the CSS inside the layout, you have to use the import tag link rel style sheet, and inside the href you have to follow the Flask static file routing uh, like this one. So URL for static, and then file name, whatever your file name is. So copy this from here, and inside the href use this, and our file name is quiz, and that is inside the CSS directory. Save it and run our server and see if we have any effect after uh, importing the CSS. And we need to remove this CSS too. Like, we don't need any of the CSS now, because we have a common CSS file that will work for all. So remove this one, save, and go to our local host, and might be we have some effect. So we can test if the CSS has been imported properly or not by inspecting our element. And after the inspecting our element, you can open the head and then uh, open in new tab. So it is opening, so our CSS file is imported successfully. Before moving to the next part, I want to freeze our dependencies for the whole application. So for exporting our dependencies in a file, you have to use pip freeze and to requirements.txt. So it will freeze all the dependencies for our application that we have installed in this virtual environment. It will list all the dependencies here. So if you will work on a new machine, you can directly um, install the dependencies using the pip install command with this file. So just extract the dependencies so far. Okay, so there is a requirements file generated where you can see all the dependencies that we have used so far. It like the Flask login, SQL Alchemy, WTF, Jinja2, Python.env, SQL Alchemy, WT form. So all are listed. Okay, now we can move to the next part. So we have imported a style sheet and the import is successful. Now we will um, start modifying our code base according to the style sheet. So I made the document like how to do that in the gist. So we have copied this quiz CSS whole CSS, and above that there is documentation. In the documentation, I have given the HTML structure for the parts of the application that we have to use. So we can use for modifying our templates, which we have to use again and again. So that's why I made the structure for whatever is needed, like the card, like the detail item, or the table layout, or the table actions button, form elements, and the quiz form specifically for surveys or quizzes. So let's start with the layout itself, and before starting with the layout, so there are two layouts that we have so far. Like the first layout is inside the template directory, uh, and then there is a layout inside the admin directory. So what I wanted to do, because we are not going to um, have a separate style sheet for the admin and the user, because now the style sheet will work for both. So we don't need a different style sheet, and other functionality are similar already. So there is only one difference between these two layouts. Those are these links. So as we have the each admin field inside the user uh, table, so we can use that field to list these links based on the each admin condition. So that's why we are going to have only one layout now, and we will remove the admin layout completely. So just copy these links; those are needed for the admin, and open the main layout file, and those links we are needed here inside this. And we need the conditions to list the links for the left drawer separate for the user and separate for the admin. So we can have a condition like if current user dot age admin. So if the current user is admin, so we will use these one. Else, if the user is not admin, so we'll use dashboard leaderboard and select for normal user, and if block, and we are good. So our template now will work for both, and we can try this by login. So yeah, restart the server. Okay, now go to the login, admin 123. So we have the links for the admin, and if we now, okay, one more thing. Okay, we are not using this layout for the admin, so just replace all the templates where the layout is admin layout there. So for doing at once, just filter all the places, all the templates those extended the admin layout, and replace with the layout.html only. Replace all. So 13 files are there with the admin layout. Replace all with the layout, and we can test now, and also remove the layout file for the admin. So we have only one layout file for now. There is no more confusion. So now we can test this, reload this again. So we have these links: dashboard, manage subjects, manage chapters. Those are the admin links, and then log out, log in with the user, then login. Okay, so we can see for this from the similar layout, we are getting the user links here, and and separately for the admin, we have different links, or uh, the admin links, right? So our layout is now common for both type of user, admin and user. Now we can start modifying our layout structure first. So in the layout, we have the navbar, the left drawer, and the main content only. Okay, so let's start modifying our layout.html file. And there is only one layout.html file right now, that is inside the templates directory. So you have to open this file, and let's start modifying this file based on the gist, based on the documents for the quiz.css that is available in the gist. So we have the layout components like the navbar, left drawer, and main content, and we will start by one. So in the head, first add to meta element the UTF-8 and the viewport, for so it is needed for responsive mobile view. So two meta are there, and then we have the blockhead already. There is no need to modify anything. Just start with the navbar. So we have these links: home, register, and logout, and we want a navbar where we will list these links. Okay, whatever is required. For the home, we can have application name like at the left drawer, and that will have the home link. And at the right side, we can have this logout or register. So let's copy the navbar structure from here, from the documentation. Copy this one, uh, and let's start from the here. So comment nav bar and then paste the nav bar, and in the nav bar, uh, the nav brand will have the URL for um, home. So that will be for the home, and then we need these links. So home we already uh, have here for where we are showing the brand name, brand of the application, or the app name basically. Then we need the register and logout and login. So just copy these first, and then we need to modify. So what we needed, li class nav item, and then the href anchor tag that have the class nav link. So if we just copy these class here for all of the li, 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 and then the nav link for the anchor tag. So href, paste it here, paste it here, paste it here. So now all are same, and we can now replace this one with the modified version. Okay, little bit of formatting, and we are done with the nav bar. Save it and just see the effect, like how it will be visible on the browser. Okay, so this is the new look for our nav bar. Okay, href. Okay, we have to wrap it with the curly braces. Now reload it again. So quiz must have the home link, so we can go to the home and then the register and log out. Register we don't want to show inside the, like when the user is authenticated. So just remove this from here, and this will be only shown on the home page. So remove this register button too. Reload it. We have only the logout, and when we log out, so we will have the login button and the register if we are on the home page. Okay, so we are done with the nav bar in our layout. And now we need to create the left drawer for our application. So for creating the left drawer, we have to follow this structure. So copy the aside class drawer and paste it here after the nav bar. Paste it here, and inside the left drawer we need all of the links that we have here. Okay, so if the user is authenticated and if the user is admin, so these are the links, and then for normal users, these links. So we have to show all these links inside the left drawer. So copy this whole thing and paste it here. So we just need the nav link. Okay, so copy the nav link and give the the class nav link for each of the anchor tags. Nav, nav link, nav link. Okay, so now we have these URLs and we can remove the li tag. So li, because in the new structure we don't need these, we just needed the links, as you can see here, these similar to these. Okay, and you will also be not needed, so remove. Okay, so we need to remove the sample one, and we have the original one that was required. Now save it and reload our dashboard again, and we have the left drawer now, where we have the beautiful links, and when you hover over that, so you can view the effects. Great. Next we need the main content, this content to structure in the layout. So after the left drawer we need the main content, and for main content we need to follow this structure. After the drawer 1.3 main drawer, copy this, paste it here, and inside the main drawer main content we have a container that will be common to all, and for each of the page we will have the page title first. So this will go uh, this will go here, uh, that place. So basically for title we have to use class page title. If you want to check what we have done, so you can find in the quiz.css file, where we have listed all of the CSS changes, color, margin. You can also modify whatever is required. Like you can change the color from here if you want. You can change the font family. You can change the spacing, the border radius, or the shadow, or the transition. So these are the root values you can change here. Okay. The page title you have to use for displaying the page title on every page. Okay, so save it and then remove it from here. It was just for the demonstration, like how you have to use the title inside the container, and then the main content will go here. Okay, so this is for the page content. Inside the page content we will uh, add the block content. So inside the container block content, and so we are done with these at the nav bar, and then we are done with these for the left drawer, and then we have also included this block content inside the container. So we don't need this block too, it's not needed basically. Now the remaining is the flash message. So basically copy and remove it from here and paste it above the page content. Reformat it, and we have more one more component that is for the alert message. Okay, so that is div class alert and alert success or error. So we get the error, we get the notification or the error as success or in error format. So category tell which kind of message it is, like the success or error. So we just need this one. So UL class flashes now we don't need, and the category it will come here. Uh, so the category could be success or error, and then the message you have to copy from above li and paste it here. Now we don't need this one too. Okay, so flash message also overridden with the alert element. Now we have um, three blocks: the nav bar, the left drawer, and the main content. And inside the main content, we have the flash messages and then the page content block. Save it and go to the browser, reload the page again, and now we have um, we have the beautiful UI here. This is because the page title. So if we remove the page title, so how it will look. So if we remove the page title, so it will look this. So for every title, we need to use the page title class, okay, to match with the UI. Cool. Now, the layout thing is uh, sort of done, right? We are done with the layout component. So now bar, drawer, and main content and alert message. Next, we have to work for the content only, like for the dashboard content, the subject content, cost. We have to add CSS for each of the things, the chapters, the quizzes, the manage users, because these are not looking good. These are really ugly. So start with the dashboard. In the dashboard, we want the card type layout, and for card type layout or card implementation, there is one component that is a card component, and we need to also divide this whole screen in half, so that we will do using the grid system. So we can have the row and call structure. So inside the row we'll have the two column, so it will divide the screen into two parts. Okay, so we have to use the grid and then the card. So just use it first, use the grid, copy the grid system, and insert the dashboard. um, just after the title, paste this, and if there are some other styles available, just remove all those, because we don't need these styles now. Okay, so remove the style from every page first. Okay, so just check where we have the style tags. So just find the style tag everywhere. um, quiz.css we don't require, uh, like we don't have to do anything. Dashboard we have the style, so remove this style, and then manage widgets we have the style, so also remove this one. attempt quiz have a different style, so remove this one also, and we don't basically needed whole head block here. Save it. In the dashboard for user, we also have the style, so we can remove whole head also here, and that is done. Okay, come to the dashboard for the admin where we were working. So we have removed the style here, and inside after the title we have added the grid system, the row and col. So we have two column to represent the average scores and completion rate. So one by one we will add inside each grid layout. So now we want the card inside the column. So for card, um, or first use without card. So just copy these things. So um, copy this one inside this, and the completion rate inside the second column, and remove this whole thing, not needed. Okay, we have modified this dashboard also. Save it and reload and see the effect. Okay, uh, so we have divided, but might be I have increased the resolution too much. So if I reduce 125%, so we can see the effect. So it is now in the two part, and now we will add the card. So we will implement this thing on the card. So for adding the card, uh, just copy the card component structure and in paste inside the column at both places, and now replace the thing. So the heading or the title will go here, and the canvas uh, we can replace this one with the canvas and remove these two. Similarly here the title will be the completion rate for the card, and the canvas will be replacing the paragraph, and then the remove these two. Save the file and reload. So we have implemented the charts on card, and it's really looking nice. Like if I reduce a bit more, so you can see more visual effects, like we have the spacing here, so it is really nice one. Okay, so we are actually done with the admin dashboard part. Okay, we have nothing to modify here for the dashboard, so we are good. Next, let's start with the manage subjects now. So after the dashboard, we have the manage subjects, manage chapters, manage quizzes, manage users. Inside the manage subjects, there is one for add subject, uh, edit subject, and similarly for the chapters, we have the add chapter, edit chapter, and in the manage quizzes, we have add quiz, edit quiz, and then we have the manage quiz questions here. So manage quiz questions have the manage question, then add quiz question, and the edit. Uh, okay, we don't have the edit functionality for this, so we can implement. So it's your task now. to create the edit functionality for this quiz question, similar to other functionality like the quiz has the edit functionality, chapters has the edit functionality, subjects has the edit and delete functionality. So now you can add the edit and delete functionality for the manage quiz question. So it's now on you. Okay. So we have these functionality here. So add quiz question, edit and delete. And the manage, we have the edit and delete that we are not going to implement. So just delete these first. Uh, manage users. So manage users template. Open the manage users template and remove these two TDs. Edit and delete because we are not going to edit or delete the users. So remove this. Reload. Okay. So so we have three things common in each of the pages. The list or the index for all the subjects, then form for adding the entity like subject entity, and edit the entity. So basically for each of the page we have manage, then we have add, then we have edit. Okay. So if I implement for one only, like if I implement for the subject, so the same thing will apply to all, like for all the chapters, then the quizzes, the quiz questions. So all you can implement by yourself. Just I need to work for the one entity. So let's start with the manage first, and then we will do for the add, and we will do for the edit, and then similarly you will do it for others. So let's start by managing first. So open the subject, manage subjects, and start refactoring this. And we have to start with the page title first. So as we have implemented the dashboard for the admin dashboard, so the title, and then yeah, that's it. So we needed the title from the dashboard. Open the manage subjects, replace the title, and copy the text for the title, place it here, and remove the existing one. So we have modified the title. Now we have the button for add subject. So for button, we have the component button variations, and we can use the first one, use buttons as links. So we have to place uh, the class btn primary mb4. So copy this class and paste it in the link, and save it. Go to the manage subjects again, and now we have the title, page title, and the button working. Next we have to work on the table. So for table, we have the layout for table here, div class table container, and the table class having the table. So copy this. Okay, we have the table. Now wrap this table inside the table container and use the class table with the table. So use the class here, copy the whole table, copy it and remove it from here, replace this structuring, and we have our table inside the table container. Okay, save it, reload. Okay, save it. I haven't saved. Reload. Okay, so our table is formatted with the style, and now we have to style the action buttons. So for styling the buttons, we have a table actions button structure. So table structure buttons having this TD action buttons is the class, and then we can use all the links here like edit, delete, or whatever view. So copy this whole TD and place it here. just at the bottom of any of the TD, and then we have to use um, we can combine then all the links. Like here we have separated the links by TD, but here in one TD only we have combined all of the links like edit and delete. So from the structure, if we compare both the links, we can see we have just this class as extra here. So copy this class, use it with the existing link, and similarly from the button we can use this class, paste it, btn btn danger btn sm, and from the and then copy these one and replace here, edit, and copy the form and replace the button. So now we have the TD for the action buttons, and we can remove these two TD. Just remove it, and then we can add a call span too, because now we have only one TD, but we have to make it this TD will need to take places of two columns. So TD call span 2, and we are good with the action buttons for the table. Save it, reload the page, and we have really nice looking buttons next to each other, edit and delete. It is working fine. So we have completed the UI for the manage subjects. Okay. Next we will work on the add subject. So open the add subject, and for the add subject, come to the add subject part. Here it is. So first we have to replace the link, the page title. So page title is h1 class, this one. Add the subject, replace this, change the label as add subject, and then we have form here. So from form we have the form layout, form elements like this, uh, and copy this one, paste it above the existing form, and let's check what is the difference between these two. So we see for each of the input we have the group, uh, but we don't have any class, and this one has a class form group. So copy this class from here, form group, paste it here, and then copy the label class, this class, and use it with the label here. But in the form we have to use like by providing class underscore with the parenthesis, and then we have to provide this class form control uh, in the input part, and also use the underscore after the class. And for the errors, we have extended this class with the text danger and empty2. So paste it here, and then we are good with the form. So we, for each of the group, basically we have the form group, and for the form label we have the form label class. For the input we have the form control class, and for the errors we have three classes: errors, text danger, and empty2. So remove it from here. We are good with that. Uh, and similarly, we have to use this format for others too. So copy this one, form group, and paste it here, and we are good. We have only two inputs. And then label class, copy the label class, paste it here, and then the form class or the input class, use it with the description. And for the error, need these two to extend the existing one. So text danger empty2. And we are good with the form inputs. The last is submit button. So for the submit button, we have a lot of button variation, but we will use this block button. So block button class, btn primary btn block. So we need to copy this one, go to our form part, paste it here, and check what we can add. So when the forms.submit will render, it will automatically create a button on the UI. So we just have to add the class. So you copy the class and paste it here. Use the class underscore and remove the button. Okay, we are now completed the form. So in the form, just we have to update the form group. So form group for whole input part, and then the label we have to use the form label, and for the input we have to use the form control, and for the errors we have to use the errors text changer empty2. That's it. For each of the input you have to do the same, and for the form submit button you have to use one button. You can use the block button, or you can have only like button without block. So save it and reload this page again, the add subject, and we have the form like this now. So we have this button as block. You can also make it if you want, like by removing. If you remove the block, so it will be just take some space only, and will be look like this. But I want to keep it as block. So save it, the button block button, and it's really totally fine. Okay, so add subject functionality is working. Now we have to work on the edit subject. So similarly, the add subject and edit subject form are very similar. There is no difference, but there is only difference for the title only, and no other differences. So for now, we have to do the same for the edit subject. Okay, so similarly, what we have done for the add subject, copy the page title like, and go to the edit subject, change the page title. So the page title will be edit subject, and remove the existing one. Then for the form, we can copy the whole form because the forms is almost form is exactly similar. So just copy the form, whole form, paste it for the edits section, and replace with the add subject form. Save it, and then reload the edit subject page, and we have the edit subject UI as similar to the add subject. Okay, so we are done with the add subject, and similarly as the edit subject. Now we have completed all three pages: the manage, the add, and the edit. Okay. So similarly, we have to use the same UI for all other entities, like the manage chapters, manage quizzes, manage quiz questions, and manage users. Okay. So you can pause the video here, and you can do it for by your own, and or you can follow me. Okay, let's start with manage chapters. Okay. For for the manage widget section, we have three links basically. So two we have sorted, and the last one is the manage quiz questions. So we will copy this one, and next to the form we will paste and add the class from this one, edit, add it in uh, here, and save it. uh, just delete this one, the existing one, and make the col Spanish 3, cause now it will take the 3 column space. Save it and reload it. So we have three buttons, but we will change this color button as we have one more class for the button, that is btn view. So if we open our quiz.css, so for we have lot of button classes: btn primary, secondary, accent, success, danger, warning, info, outline, and somewhere else we have the btn view also. Yeah, this one. So btn view we will use for this third button. So copy this btn view, and you have to paste it here. btn edit. So instead of edit, we will use the btn view, and that's it. So we have another color manage quiz option to recognize like there are three distinguished colors or buttons. Okay, so we are done with the add quiz. No, not done with the add quiz. Okay, let's start with the add quiz. Okay, we also don't have edit functionality for quiz questions. So if you need it, so you can implement the edit functionality like the others, like this one or this one, edit functionality. Uh, and if you want to leave it, so you can also leave it. Okay. So add question we are done, and with that manage quiz questions all done. And then the last we have the manage users. So for the manage course users, we have only the listing of the users. So for doing that, we have to only work on the title and the table. So open the manage users, copy the title from somewhere, like title, paste it here, copy the title, replace the title, remove the existing one, and then we have the table. So for the table container and table, two elements, replace with the table, and add uh, ending div block, format it a bit, and we have the table, and we don't need the actions for the table, so we are good with the tables. So with that, we are done with the whole admin UI part. So dashboard is okay, subjects is okay, subjects add functionality is working, edit is okay, chapters is working, add chapter is working, edit chapter is working, the manage quiz style also working, add quiz style also working, edit is working, and manage quiz questions UI is also working in manage quiz sections. Quiz questions, add question is also working. Edit you can implement if you want, or you can leave it. Then the manage users, it is also working. So we are done. Okay, now we will log out of the admin user, and we also have to work on the login part. So just open the login template, the login template, and the login template we also have to do similarly as we have the form for the add subject or edit subject. So open any of them, the add subject, copy the title first, the title one, and replace uh, the title. The title is login. Remove the existing one, and for the form, similarly the label class, and then the uh, then we also have the form group for each of the group, for this one, and for the password group, and then we have the input control class, form control. So can paste it here, and this class, just copy the class for the login input, paste it here. Okay, and then for the errors text danger and empty2, these classes. So here, here, and then the button class at the last, submit button class. So paste it here, save it, reload the login page again, and login is also updated. um, for the login we can also have that kind of button, like not the block. So if I save it and without block, I think it is also working fine, and yeah, it's good. We have added the style for the login page too, but here we can see the left drawer is still visible, but the user is not authenticated. So we can remove this drawer if the user is not authenticated. So go to our layout structure, layout structure, and we want this drawer completely hidden if the user is not authenticated. So for doing that, just put this if condition authenticated above the aside and the end if also. Uh, just wrap the aside element, whole element inside the authenticated condition. Okay, save it, reload again, and now the left drawer is completely removed if the user is not authenticated. Similarly, we have to work for the register functionality. We have uh, removed actually the register root for now. Just add, and then we will remove again, as we have to register it from home page. So for now, just add it for the register here as register. So auth register, and yes, save it. In the nav bar, we have added the register root again, uh, and then go to the register. So we can also update the UI for the user registration. So open the register template, register, and copy the layout for the register from the login. So from the login, copy the title first, place the title here, the user registration, remove the existing one, and then for the form, we need again the label class, group class. So first the group class, form group, and add for each of the group, div, this div for the password, for the confirm password, for the full name, for the qualification, for the DOP, and that's it. Then the label class, copy the label class, uh, this one, this one, this one, and here too. Okay, one more lost. Okay, next the input uh, form control class for all of the inputs. So mostly size 32, 32. Okay, paste it here, here, and here, and copy the class and add uh, in the username and in the password, in the confirm password, and that's it. Then the errors text danger empty2. So first one, second, third place, fourth place, and fifth, and last. Then for the submit, we can have this button, btn primary, add it here, save this file, reload the page again, and the user registration is also, we have added the style here for the user registration, working good. Okay, so user registration and login is also done. We can now use this login. So when you add the test.com, test at the 123, I don't know if the user is still present or not. So let's try qualification, whatever you want to add. Okay. Okay, this user is already present. That's why we are getting the integrity error. So use another user. So reload it. Use another user, like we can use now money 2. then the test. You can also manage this type of errors by providing a separate root and the template, so you cannot see the error that is not related to the other parts of the code UI. So you can have a similar UI for the error pages too. Field must be equal to password, so something wrong. Test at 123, test at 123. Submit it and registration is successful. Now log in with the new or old one. Okay. So inside the user dashboard, we have three pages to modify the style. The dashboard that has the user details, your details and the progress summary and the quiz history. The second is the leaderboard. We don't need most like a lot of things to here to do. We can just update the title UI and that will be okay. Or we can also wrap it this graph inside the card, so that we also can do. And then the select quiz, that is the similar as the manage sections inside the admin, so the title, the filter form and the table. And then we have the last page, that is attempt quiz. So this will be different, we'll see, because for this type kind of form we will have another component, quiz form. Okay, so normal form using this structure and the quiz form will use this structure. Okay, we have a different classes for the especially for the quizzes. Okay. Okay, and after submitting the quiz we will have a quiz results also. So the quiz results will not have much, so it's okay, we can do a little bit of changes. It will be matching the UI for the code for the application. Okay, so let's start with the user dashboard. User dashboard is inside the user directory inside the templates. So open the dashboard, and the dashboard is similar to the admin dashboard if we compare the UI. Like the title is there in the admin also, and admin has two sections, the average scores and the completion rate. So we also have to divide in two sections, the your details and progress summary, and then the table will have the quiz history. So let's start. First change the title, copy the title from anywhere, h1 page title. Basically we have to add a class if we have the tag h1. So we have the h1, so add the class here, page title, and save this, reload the page. So title we are good with the title UI. And then we have to first work in these two boxes, your details and progress summary. So similarly, as we have created the grid in the admin dashboard, row gap 6 call, so we will do also in the user. You can also copy from the gist the grid structure. So copy this grid system, paste it here, and inside the call we also have to add the card. So add the card here, here, and inside the card we have a heading and the paragraph. We will add the uh, details instead of the paragraph. So copy the first title, paste it here in the first column card, and the detail, just copy the detail for now and replace with the paragraph. For the second column card, copy the progress summary title, paste it in the title, and copy the details for the progress summary and replace with the paragraph. And that's it for these two sections. Now we can remove these two details and the stats, and then we can also delete this whole element. Okay, save it and reload the page. So we have two cards, one for your details and progress summary side by side, and then we have to work on the details. So for showing the details, we have another component or the structure, that is detail item component. So for displaying key value pairs, we can use this structure. So copy the element, whole element, div class detail item and detail key detail value. And for each of the item, we can use that. So how we'll use that? Paste one item. So we, how many item we have? We have four, basically four detail item. So add four, uh, like copy it and add four times detail item, and then replace the key value. So username for the first, the value for the username, then the second is full name, the value for the full name, third one is qualification, and then the value is this, and the last is dob, and the value. Okay, and now we can remove this whole element. So we have detail item component, and inside detail item we have the detail key item and detail value, where we are putting the key and value. So save this and reload. So the UI for detail section is much better from this one. So we'll do the same for the progress summary also. So go back and copy the same detail item component and paste inside the progress summary two times, because we have two details here to show. The first is total attempted quizzes, so replace it, and the value is total attempted quizzes, place, and the average score. Now we can remove this element, save it, reload the page again, and the progress summary is also looking really good. Now for the quiz summary, we need some data, uh, some quiz to attempt. Like the user can attempt some quizzes, so we can have the quiz history. So just go to the select quizzes and attempt some quizzes like the algebra basics, 2 plus 2 4, 15, 6, submit, uh, dashboard, add one more quiz or attempt one more quiz, force, Newton, speed of light, I don't know, might be 3, submit. Okay, so we have enough data for the quiz section, and We will also wrap this thing, the quiz history, inside the card. So first, use one card. So for card, copy this structure, card body, and paste it here. And in the card, we will have the title as quiz history, replace with the card title. And then the paragraph, we can have the table. Copy the whole table, paste it here, and remove the existing table or existing quiz history. Format it, save it, and reload. So we have your details, progress summary, and quiz history, and there is no gap between these two. So there is one more component that we can use, that is section. So section for when we have different parts in the page, so we can add this one. So wrap, just use first here and wrap this thing inside the section. Okay, and then one more, and then this whole card thing or the quiz history will go inside another section. Okay, and now save it, reload the page, and now we can have a little spacing between these two sections. Okay, now we have to work on the table part. For the table, we can use the table structure, this one, div class table container and table. Let's copy the starting and replace in the dashboard, not in the manage subjects. So go to the quiz history part, and the table we need to replace with the table container and table, and add a ending div here, reformat a bit, save it, and then reload. Okay, so the quiz history is also looking good. So whole user dashboard page we are done. The next is the leaderboard. Okay, so leaderboard is really easy. The title, and we can wrap this inside the card if you want. So go to the leaderboard, and first is um, the title. So the title, copy the title, h1 class page title, and copy the label, change it, remove the existing one, and the title we are done, and load the file. So now it's looking like this, and now we will use a card to wrap this whole chart. So adding the card, the card layout is here, copy this and paste it here, and we have only the canvas element, so copy this one, replace the with the paragraph, and remove the title part because we don't have any title here, so remove this one and remove also the existing element. Format a bit, save it, and reload the page again, and now we have a good card layout and the chart in like inside the card, so it is looking good. So we are also done with the leaderboard. Then the next is the select quiz, and in the select quiz, uh, it is similar to the manage sections. So open one of the manage template. So manage subjects I'll open, And first copy the title, open the select quiz template too. So select quiz template and then replace the title first, select quiz, place, remove the existing one. Then we have the form. So for the form, we will use a card layout. Okay, so for card layout, just copy the card, paste it here, and wrap the card inside the card body. And we don't need the heading here, so remove the heading and wrap whole form inside the card body. So instead of paragraph, we will have the form. Format a bit, save this, reload the page, and we have title style implemented, and the filter form is inside the card body or the card. Now we will fix the style for the forms, or add the style for the forms. So for the form, open the form elements and copy this one, paste it here anywhere, and we need first the form group. So for each of the div element we need a form group. Okay, then the label class, we can directly add the label with the label. So label and label, and then the input class, so that will go for the select and for another select, and there is no error thing. Okay, so we are done with the form structuring. Now we want some style for this button also. So button, we will use the class from block button, but we will not use the block button completely. We will use only these classes, btn and btn primary, for coloring and the size. So add the class here, but remove the block, btn block, because we don't want the button to uh, take whole width for the button. We just want to have a small size. So reload the page, and now the look for the filter is completely revamped, and now it is looking really good. Okay, next we have to work on the table. So for the table, uh, this thing, copy the table container and table class layout, um, and replace this one. And we already have the div, so it's okay. And then save it, basically reload the page again, and our table is also working good. And for the attempt, we need to add the actions class. So table actions button, or the td, copy this one, paste just here, and we need this whole reference, uh, replace here, and then the label, that is attempt. And we only have one action, so remove the button one, and remove the this td, as we already implemented our button. Save it and reload. So now we have our filter and the table for the quizzes and the attempt button. Okay, so now we have to work on the attempt quiz part. click on the button attempt. Uh, it's this one, and we have a different format for quiz form. So first, use the title one. Um, Open the attempt quiz. Okay, copy the style from somewhere. So page title, copy it. Um, Quiz name, copy the label, paste it here, remove the existing one, save it. The title is working. Next, the timer. For the timer, we have another class that is um, timer, I guess. So open the quiz.css, and we have a timer class, the quiz timer. Okay, so copy this class quiz timer, and in the attempt quiz, and we don't need uh, two elements, just we can just work with one. So span id timer, and the class is quiz timer. Save it, reload. So our timer UI is also working. Now we have to work on the quiz form. So the quiz form is a different form like we have in other pages. So so it is a different structure if we compare with those. So for that we have created another component, the quiz form, that is separated from the normal form. Okay, so copy this structure, uh, paste it here, and then we will make this form. So we have so just copy the existing copy the things from the existing one, like the id we needed in this form, so paste it here. And this is whole one question. Okay, but here we have uh, we can have multiple questions, so just loop, just add the loop for the question also, and end the loop here, and for, so now we will have this uh, question group repeated for each of the question, and then uh, the question number. So number um, we can use the loop dot index that will give the index that will be like 1 2 3 4. So the question will be like question 1, question 2, something. Okay, um, and we can also add a hash here. Okay, the next is statement. So for statement we have this, the question dot question statement, or copy whole thing and replace here. And then we have the quiz options. So for making the quiz options, we have this kind of UI for quiz options. So we can these are the similar one, just the label is different. If you see, label and the value is different, so otherwise all are same. So we can create a loop also for the questions, like quiz options. Inside the quiz options, create a loop for option in, and create an array here from all of the options, like the question dot option 1, then option 2, then option 3, then option 4. Okay, so basically with this loop we don't need to add this element again and again for every options. So the value and the label is only different for each of the element, so that we can get from the loop. So end this for loop, and then just fill the value, like the name will be, the name is same, the question ID. Copy this one, paste it here, and that is the question. So the question dot ID we are getting from here, this one. Okay, and the value will be the number, so 1 2 3 4, and that we can also get from the loop dot index, or yeah, from this loop actually, inside loop. So we can get the 1 2 3 4 as value. So we use the loop dot index. The value will be 1. Option 1 it will be 1, for option 2 it will be 2, option 3 it will be 3, and option 4 it will be 4, the value. And then the label will be this option. So that's it. We have looped through our all the options and wrapped with the new structure. So we have completed whole form, and just we need the button element, and the button inside the uh, form. So, and the button class will be, we will use the block class. So you copy this class between primary and between block, and add the class here, paste, and now remove the existing form completely. Save it. Now the form is too much concise. Okay, save it. Reload the form. Okay, so we are getting some error. Encounter unknown tag loop. Um, the line number 47, line number 13. Okay, okay, we have used this way. Okay, we don't have to use this way. We have to omit the loop.index value. So here, line number 13. Okay, we have to use in the double curly bracket. Save it. Reload again. Okay, we have a great UI for our quiz form. Question 1, question 2, and then the question statement. Then we have all the options, and it's really really good, right? Cool. So the title, attempt quiz title, the timer, then the question inside the card, and it's good. And the submit quiz. Just complete one quiz for now. So world basics history, world history basics, and in which year did World War Second end? Um, 1944, I guess, or 1945. Who was the first president of the United States? That is George Washington. Submit the quiz, and it is working, and we are now on the quiz results page. So we have to also modify the UI for the quiz results. This is really basic UI. Um, we have only two values, so we will use first the title, and then we will use um, the detailed item component. okay, inside the card. So open the quiz results, and first update the title, page title, quiz results, remove existing one, and here we will use a card. So copy the card structure from the gist card component, paste it here, and inside the card we will need to show two details, the quiz name and your score. So use the detail item component. So copy this one, detail item, and two times. So remove these two from the body, h3 and paragraph. Instead of these we will use the detail item, so two times. And now the first key is quiz name, and the value is quiz dot name. The second key is your score, and the value is this one. Okay, remove the existing block completely, reformat it, and save this file. Now reload the quiz results page, and it's really good UI for the quiz results, quiz name, what we have attempted, and what is the score. So out of two, we are like I got the two. Okay, what is the leaderboard now? I have done so many quizzes. Okay, there are two money. Basically, the name is money, but this is the money at the rate, money1 at the rate test.com, and this is money2 at the rate test.com. So don't confuse with that. And I have attempted, I guess, three quizzes, and in three quizzes, the leaderboard is really good. Okay. Okay, so select quiz, working attempt quiz, we have seen the UI we have implemented, and then we have also implemented the UI for the quiz results. So we are completely done with all of the UI for the user and for the admin. Okay, next we have some um, work to do on the home page. So the home page is not related to the functionality, but if you go to the some websites, so the home page is something different. Uh, you know, the look is a different one. So, and also the register we cannot show on the logged in user dashboard. It could be the admin or user. We don't need to show here. So it will be on the. I have managed some data and HTML structure. So we will not go to work on this because for the home, on the home only. So you can have your home style like whatever you want, but I have picked some data and the style made from the quiz.css implemented here. So I have been going to use this one. You can also use this one by copying the content from the GitHub repository. So just copy this whole thing, and on the home we have to put. So we are not going to use any layout for the home, otherwise this thing will happen because the user is authenticated. So no need to use any layout for the home. Just replace whole content with the HTML. Save this file, reload our home page, and we have now completely different home page now. Okay. It is we have to make some adjustment, like this is inside the like stucking at the top, so you need a margin basically. So this one, so add some margin top here, and that is the margin top, and we need the 60 px because our nav bar is 60 px. Okay, now it's working. Welcome to Quizmaster. Test your knowledge, track your progress, and compete with others on our interactive. This is some of the text generated from the AI tools. And then the Get Started button have the register functionality. So click when we click on that, so you can redact us back to the register page. And in the register page, we can still see this cause the user is authenticated all. Okay. And then if we can go to the register, so now we can not see any left row. So it was just because the user was logged in. Okay, no issue. And now we are on the home page again. If I log out, so we have these three cards here: the diverse, which topics, track your progress, and some content inside these cards. And then the call to action button, ready to test your knowledge. And we have a call to action button that is create your account, that will redirect user to register page, and from here user can register and then they can log in into the Quizmaster dashboard. Okay. So this page, there is no functionality for the home page, so I have just copied from somewhere. Like you can also get different home page from different website, like the Tailwind or the Bootstrap, and then you can copy the exact one from our GitHub repository. So inside the GitHub repository, you can find this file, the home.html file, inside the app directory, app templates, and then the home.html. So you can find inside the repository also. You can copy the content from the repository and use with your project's home.html file. So we are done with all the changes. So also push the changes, git add all, git commit, styling the application, and then git push origin. Sorry, I have been just using the shortcuts. You can add ga dot as git add dot. These shortcuts are provided by the terminal, so you can use these git add and dot. For the git gc dash m, you can use git commit dash m and the message, and then for pushing git push origin and into the main branch, push the changes. Let me show you where you can find this file. In the Quizmaster repository, you have to just go to the app, and inside the app you have to go to the templates, and the templates you can click on the home.html, and then you can copy this home.html content and you can use with your home.html. Okay, good. And the recent commit you can find here in the commit section, the styling the application. So if anything is missing while working on the application, you can find from here and you can use with your changes. Okay, so this was the final episode of this series, and we are done with the Quizmaster application. We have our home page, we have register page, we have the login functionality, we have the admin user dashboard, we have the user dashboard. So just go through one by one for all of the things that we have worked so far. So let's start with the register. Let's register with another user, money3 at the test.com, test at the 123, test at the 123. Uh, the name we need to change cause um, so else the leaderboard will show same name. So money 3. Then whatever date of birth we can choose. We haven't added the validation for the date, like uh, like any limit for the user, like 16 plus user can um, use this platform or not, something like that. So you can also add the validation if you want, but it's not, it's okay. So submit the registration, and we are done with the registration part. Then we can log in with the user. So that is money one, and test at that 123. So user dashboard has details like your details, progress summary, your details. Inside the your details, we have the username, full name, qualification, date of birth. Progress summary, we have total attempted quizzes. So 3 quizzes this user has attempted, and the average score user got 2.33. The quiz history, like 3 quizzes attempted, and at the time, like what the time when they attempted, and the score that they got for the quiz. Then we have the leaderboard where you can see the chart for ranking of the users based on the total scores for all of the quizzes, and then the select quiz to attempt the quiz, and they can use the filter like the mathematics. Um, so filter quizzes only 4. If they go further, math, algebra only, so they can filter more. And then attempt quiz, they can attempt any quiz, and then after attempting they will get the results. The attempt quiz having a nice timer functionality and the question options functionality to choose. So that is for the user. Then the admin dashboard having the uh, admin 123. So admin dashboard, admin has the uh, charts inside the admin dashboard, that is every scores and completion rates. So every score they can find, like for each of the quiz what is the average score that user got, and we have averaged the score for each of the quiz. You can admin can find, and then the completion rates, uh, like what is the completion rate, like how many users has completed the quizzes from a total users list. Okay, so this is nice. And then the manage subjects, the manage subjects having the listing of the subjects, then the add subject feature, then the edit subject feature, and the delete functionality. The chapters then have the similar functionality, the listing of the chapters, uh, and then the add chapter, and then the edit chapter. Then the manage quizzes, where the listing of the quizzes, then the add quiz functionality, then the edit quiz functionality, and then the delete quiz, and then the associated quiz questions with the quiz. So you can manage with the button here. So manage quiz questions, that will be for the particular quiz. And then inside this quiz you can add multiple questions. So add quiz question you can use for adding the questions. And edit functionality is not working, but you can make it work for you if you want. Then go back. And similar functionality we can also have for the subject and chapters, we can manage the chapters from here. So we can have the chapters only specific to mathematics, so we don't need to list all the chapters here. We will then have the chapters only for the mathematics or only for the science. So we can have this similar functionality for the subjects and chapters too. So if you want, you can do that also. Or I can also make a video on that, with the bonus video lectures. So yeah, that that is. And then after the manage quiz questions, we have the manage users, where admin can see how many users are there in the portal, and what are the details for the user they can see. Okay, that is for all. We have mastered through this whole Flask applications, and we have learned so many things with the Flask library, like the Flask login, Flask forms, Flask, SQL, the database management, the config management, the templates management, and so many things. Okay, so that was all for this series. We are done with the Quizmaster, and we will meet in some other series. So see you next.